Hi everybody, this is Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto, filling our pockets with crypto profits. And in this video, we're going to be getting an update on a privacy-focused, decentralized finance ecosystem project that I've been covering for a few years now. If you decide that you want to preserve your privacy and make sure all the data that goes in and out of your computer is encrypted, then check out NordVPN. My affiliate link will give you something like a 2/3 discount on some of their packages.
Tokenmetrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams.
Hey Skrillah, thank you so much for coming back. You were on.
Hello, everybody.
Yes. You were on a few weeks ago. You are a secret agent. We're going to be talking about Secret Network, getting all the updates with Secret Network. And before I come to you, I'm going to start with what Secret Network is. Please subscribe, follow me on Twitter, CryptoRichYT, join my official Telegram announcements channel. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please cut it out and come over and follow me on Odyssey, Crypto Rich Odyssey, because I post more material there, and I'm not censored on Odyssey as I am on YouTube. All right, Skrillah.
Let's get stuck in. How have you been?
How are you? I'm shivering a bit because I showed you my little tweet. I might post it when we record the video of me swimming in my neighbour's swimming pond.
I've seen it, yeah, the ice bath.
That's right. The water temperature was 1 degree when I did that. So I'm still shivering. I did it again this morning. Okay, so Secret Network. What is Secret Network? Give us a brief overview, and then we'll get into an update.
Yeah, so Secret Network is in the Cosmos ecosystem, built on Cosmos SDK, and it is the first chain with privacy-preserving smart contracts on mainnet. So that means that you can, as a developer or as a user, you can have customizable levels of privacy. So you, let's say, if you're doing a DeFi swap, for example, you're not revealing your wallet address to the contract and anyone else that's doing that swap at the same time. You can have your positions in like lending and borrowing protocols can be completely private, so everyone else that you transact with can't see that information. Yes, and if you do require to, like, let's say, to do your taxes, you can give your tax accountant what's called a viewing key, so they can see your transactions, but they can't spend your secret or your secret Ethereum or secret Bitcoin. So it's a really powerful toolkit for people who want to not have this public by default setup that most other chains have. And because we're part of the Cosmos ecosystem, completely interoperable with IBC, so anyone that's in Cosmos can come to Secret and, let's say, start a new wallet, or they can do private transactions with some of their assets like Secret Atom or Secret Juno, for example, and just kind of obfuscate all that information that gets shared normally on most blockchains. We've seen a lot of sort of chain analysis companies that are looking hard at people's financial transactions on chain now, and it's quite scary. But also it kind of helps protect you against scammers and people that do like airdrops of scam tokens and shit coins and all that kind of stuff. So yes, It's very powerful.
And I just want to say, it also has very important commercial applications.
Yes.
If a large player has a position in Secret Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's available wrapped in Secret, and also ETH is available, and they want to let go of that position, or they want to buy into a position, they may not necessarily want their competitors to know.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for institutions, they have to keep their strategies completely private. So we feel like one of the big barriers for adoption from institutions is that basically everything on Ethereum is completely public, and they can't, for example, if they were doing like a derivative strategy, they can't hide that from other competitors, so everyone could just see it. So yeah, but if we get something, a derivatives platform or Secret gets bigger and bigger, we should start to see more of the bigger players coming in and using us to kind of keep their strategies private.
Very good. Well, thank you so much. And people can get Secret Network. I think it's on many exchanges, including Binance. It's also on Osmosis, which is the largest DEX within the Cosmos ecosystem, most liquidity. Yeah,
Yes, recommend coming through Cosmos. If you're coming into
yeah,
Secret, I'd recommend to go the right way.
absolutely, absolutely. And I think it's also available on chain on different aggregators like Change Now or Change LE or Swap Zone, because if it's
Yeah,
on Binance, you can get it through those as well, and they don't have
yeah,
any KYC or sign up or anything.
yeah,
Okay,
I believe so. Yeah,
yes, so that's Secret Network, and I have been covering it on and off since 2018. And you were on a few weeks ago talking about secret agents because you are a secret agent, and apparently I am as well.
it's true.
Do you want to say a little bit what a secret agent is, and then if people want to become secret agents themselves, and then we can talk about the updates?
Yeah, so a secret agent is really someone that helps to campaign for privacy in the Web3 space. So our doors are open at the Secret Agency to anybody and everybody. We help people to take the first step into a Web3 career. We help people like designers, social media marketers, educators, writers, all take those first steps into decentralized communities. We provide mentorship and training and certificates as well, and like references that you can take to other projects. So you can kind of build like a Web3 CV. So yeah, that's the kind of entry level stuff. But then Secret Agency also kind of is the glue that holds the Secret Network together. So we have like communications with every single DApp team on the network, with the core development team, Secret Labs, with the Secret Foundation, and yeah, we kind of help to facilitate communication and look for new opportunities for the whole of Secret Network. So we go to a lot of conferences and universities, and we help to bring people in, and we also help to make partnerships with other projects in the space to come and take advantage of the privacy preserving smart contracts.
Great, great. Well, thank you for that. And then I'll have all the links in the description below if you want to become a secret agent or you want to know more about the project, and you can go check it out yourself. Okay, so I understand you've been traveling, quite a lot has been happening since. So tell us.
Yeah, it's been a wild couple of weeks for me. I've been in Berlin. I was at the Next Block Expo. So yeah, I had a great couple of days there, speaking to a lot of mostly investors. So like your VCs and kind of institutional people, and a lot of dev teams as well that are searching for a new home after some of the collapses of various protocols that have gone down over the last few months. There seems to be a lot of teams out there that were on one chain and are now looking to go multi-chain. I think that multi-chain narrative is becoming bigger and bigger, and it was really nice to see Cosmos was one of the quoted next narratives for the next bull run. So Cosmos ecosystem was up there on the big screen, like from quite a prominent investor, I believe, and he was like talking about how interoperability is going to be the next narrative. Cosmos is the furthest ahead with all of that. It was just brilliant to see us up there finally getting noticed.
Sorry, Skrilla, let me just interrupt you there, right? Because I'm a bit puzzled about the possibility of Cosmos, being the next big thing in the crypto ecosystem. I mean, what? Just because it has really fast transaction times? Just because it has really low fees, like really really tiny low fees, just because it doesn't have any sort of load issues like happens with Ethereum, no congestion, just because it has lots and lots of innovative projects that are on the cutting edge like Secret Network and Say, just because it has separate independent blockchains that are able to communicate with each other, just because it has a really easy to use, friendly, decentralized exchange like Osmosis. I mean, really? Can't see why. Oh, and just because they launched through airdrops by giving people free tokens and create a community that way, doesn't have much going for it.
Yeah, I think actually speaking to a lot of teams, a lot of project teams, and a lot of kind of developers, everybody sees the risk of just being on one chain, right?
Yeah.
So if your project is just stuck on one chain, and that chain has an issue, then your project is instantly. So when you get access to the Cosmos ecosystem, you have access to the whole ecosystem. Let me share the screen as well. I can show people visually. I always try and explain this verbally to people, and then I get to the point where I just show them the map of zones.
Oh, this is a beautiful website.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? And these are actually live transactions you can see firing around the IBC ecosystem. So anyone that comes to build on Secret or Juno or any of the other Cosmos chains, they get access to all of these these other chains. So I imagine it like organs in the human body. Each one is specialized for a different purpose. Osmosis is a super fast low fee DEX. A cache is like your decentralized version of Dropbox. Secret's got private smart contracts, so on and so forth. So you just get instant access to all of this. And as more and more of the Cosmos chains open up the IBC transactions at the contract level, then you can really start to take advantage of some of these specializations. Like a DAO on Juno can come over to Secret and do their governance privately, for example. Or Osmosis can plug into Secret Network and do private transactions, so everyone's wallet address isn't revealed. The possibilities really with this constellation setup that we've got are just unbelievable compared to other chains where they're all kind of like moving from the layer 1, like on Ethereum, to like layer 2, layer 3, and it's all still kind of dependent on the layer 1 at the very foundation. I think this is a lot more modular architecture, and the Cosmos team really had that in mind from the beginning, and they've just built it out and out and out and out, and now it's this beautiful kind of galactic structure that we see.
Yes, and I do see it like a solar system, like a galactic structure, but I like what you said about organs, each with different functions, like happens in the human body. And the other thing that I want to point out, for people who are new to Secret Network or the Cosmos ecosystem, this is growing and growing and growing and growing, because more and more projects are either coming over from other chains, or more projects are launching within the Cosmos ecosystem using IBC, which means that they can communicate with each other like this. So they're joining this Cosmos. There used to be testnet on Map of Zones. I've not been able to find it, and you can see the projects that are coming up.
Yeah, I think there used to be a little tick button that you could.
Yeah, it's not there. You see how many more projects are launching on this. There's many, many more projects. And for those who are new to this ecosystem, I've done a series of short videos which are all about getting set up with Osmosis, the Osmosis ecosystem, setting up a Kepler wallet, how to swap on Osmosis and stuff. And that's a really great introduction to get into this ecosystem. And I'm going to be doing a video very shortly about airdrops, because they can work out to be incredibly lucrative. It's how I got Shade, because I had Secret. I got given free SHD, which I still have and add to every now and then. Okay.
On the subject of airdrops, we have the Amber airdrop that's gone live, so make sure you can check in with that.
Oh, Rich. I have got that one. I got myself some Amber as well.
Yes, the store of value asset on Secret Network, so that's going to be an interesting one.
Yes. Okay, so where were we? We were talking about what makes the Cosmos ecosystem so special. Apart from fast transaction fees and really fast execution times and lots of innovative projects launching through airdrops, and no load and congestion on the blockchain and independent blockchains. Apart from that, don't think there's anything special about it. Okay.
It's just good to see the narrative kind of change, and people are starting to hear the message now from outside of the Cosmos eco, and people are starting to come in and show interest. It's just beautiful to see that in Berlin. So
yes.
And then the week after that, I went to Denmark, which was much more kind of.
Want to stop sharing?
Oh, yeah, sure. There we go. Yes, I went to Denmark the week after, and it was a much more kind of suits and boots affair in the Danish government building right next to Tivoli theme park, which is just beautiful at Christmas time. They have a theme park in the middle of Copenhagen in the city centre. It's gorgeous. Yeah, it's really nice. So that was more meeting with like kind of your politicians, your regulators, bigger investment funds, institutions, all of that. And they too are really interested in Cosmos, and especially like the politicians and regulators, they are looking at the privacy elements as like, okay, we can actually integrate this into government now. We could have voting systems on chain and things like that, because obviously citizens, when they vote, they need privacy, they need private voting. So there's a lot of interesting topics of discussion. There was a lot posher than the one in Berlin, but it was definitely worth it to go there. And then I came straight back home to Barcelona, did a workshop for NFT artists to get them to start creating NFTs, secret NFTs specifically, in the evening. And then the next day I had to get up early for a keynote speech at the first ever Web3 Family Conference, which is like a grassroots event. I was talking about how to start a Web3 career. Mm-hmm. And the beautiful thing about this event is that after every speaker, the whole audience gets round in a circle, and they have this microphone that's inside a bouncy ball, and they just throw it around, and everybody can kind of like bounce ideas off each other. Really like human kind of conference, rather than like some of these ones where it's just someone's on stage and then they come off and nobody gets any time to like discuss, process the ideas. So
Right.
that
So
was brilliant.
Far more decentralized.
Yeah.
Period of that, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's coming up with Secret?
Yeah, so I mean, for secret agents, we're actually gonna take some of the concepts like that kind of speak and then roundtable discussion. We want to start doing privacy forums all over. We're going to start in Europe because we have quite a lot of thought leaders here. So yeah, we want to get people from around the privacy space, from the Universal Privacy Alliance, and a few of your friends as well. I forget the acronym that you told me last time, but
BPSAA.
Those guys, yeah.
Yes. Well, I'm actually one of the team, or the volunteer team at BPSAA, so I'm connected to them. Absolutely.
Let's get you in. Let's get you into the forum.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So the idea is that we have speakers from around the Web3 privacy space. They come on, and then after each speech, again, we make a big circle, and everyone kind of discusses the ideas. So one in Barcelona, one in Paris, and one in London, kind of in Q1. We're hoping. So keep your eyes on that. I'll definitely give you a shout, Rich, because it'd be lovely to get you into the London one.
When is the London one?
I think we're targeting like end March, but I'll keep you updated with the dates. Yes, and it's just an opportunity really, because we're all in this together really in the privacy space. We've got this ominous kind of government overreach, and they are not really educated, but they're regulated anyway. So we need to kind of unite to get the message across and combine our ideas. There's no room for kind of like it's all me kind of attitudes in this space at the moment. We really need to work together to get this the education to the level it needs to be for these politicians to put any laws into place. I mean, look at Mika that happened in the EU. It's very, very scary stuff when you just let the government just do whatever they want without any feedback from the industry.
Yes, and then also with CBDCs.
Yeah, exactly.
EU, the UK, other governments working on developing CBDCs, which will have no freedom whatsoever, because all our transactions will be open to government. They'll be able to see what we're doing.
Yes, and switch off funds and all that kind of stuff.
But I imagine members of parliament and MEPs and stuff, we won't be able to see their transactions.
Probably not. Probably not. Yes, well, I mean, if those discussions are going on, we need to be in them. We really need to be in them, because I feel like our voice is not heard really within those circles. That's the impression I got from going to a Democracy for All, which is in Barcelona, which is very politician focused, and also the one in Denmark, is that there's just nobody else there from the privacy space. So if they're not hearing our voices, then we're not going to get what we want at the end of the day.
Okay. What else do you want to let us know?
Secret Agency has got all these events planned, but at Secret Network with the protocol, we're actually all really excited about what we've dubbed Secret 2.0. So Secret 1.0, right? The network has private smart contracts. We use a privacy solution called Trusted Execution Environment. It's like a black box inside every node. Mm-hmm. So the transactions go into the node, encrypted, then they're decrypted inside the black box. The computation, whatever it is, whether it's governance or DeFi, happens, encrypted again, and goes out to the user. So it's like a hardware level solution to privacy. It's very scalable. It's allowed us to build out the ecosystem to what it is now, which I'll show you in a second. But it's only one solution. So we want to explore solutions like ZK proofs, which are getting a lot of hype on Ethereum at the moment. We want to explore even more advanced solutions like fully homomorphic encryption. And then we want to combine them all into Secret 2.0. So we just saw the map of zones, and you can imagine that constellation expands a little bit with secret babies, with different levels of encryption using different technologies. Each kind of combination of encryption methods has different use cases. So like if we were tackling, let's say, a military or healthcare use case, they need a really high level of encryption. You don't want your medical data to be, decrypted by anybody. You need the highest level of encryption. You're also not really concerned with transaction times. Mm-hmm. You're more concerned about security. So each one of the companion chains is going to have different combinations of encryption methods. And we'll just be adding to that galactic structure of extra privacy chains that can all communicate to each other. So that's kind of the vision of Secret 2.0. We're really the first movers in the space when it comes to private smart contracts. We've been on mainnet since 2020 with Secret 1.0, and then we're going to be expanding that into Secret 2.0 with multiple chains, Cosmos SDK. So we talked a little bit in the beginning about the future being multi-chain. That's what more and more teams are saying to us, but we really want to turn Secret Network into the privacy hub for Web3. So any dApp from, let's say, Ethereum or Solana or Neo or Cosmos, any dApp can come to Secret and run private transactions and then go back and do whatever they want. It just becomes privacy as a service. So that's the direction we're heading. And for the people that have been around for a while, like yourself, that have invested in the Secret, we've got some exciting news to share about the long-term vision. So I'm just going to head over to the Secret forums now, if I've got the right post. You can definitely check out this post. Rich, I'll share the link with you as well. It's called Secret 2.0, The Next Generation. And this is a post by Guy, who is the CEO, founder of Secret Labs. He's also the 6th most cited writer on cryptocurrency in history. His paper that started Secret Network is kind of exploring these ideas with multiple encryption methods. But to get Secret off the ground as the 1.0, they had to use TEEs. Okay, so you can go through all the technical stuff. But what I wanted to show you is what's proposed for the tokenomics. So in order to grow out this privacy as a service ecosystem, we need to have funding for dApp teams to come in. We need to have funding to onboard developers. We need to have funding for DEX liquidity, all of that stuff. So Guy and Secret Labs have proposed 3 new funds funded by the chain. So one is the Growth Fund, which is by far the biggest to bring in new dApp teams and projects. One is the Developer Fund to fund developer education and training, teaching, let's say, Cosmosm dev how to use and build private smart contracts on Secret Network and how to integrate them with their projects. And the other one is like a DEX specific liquidity incentive one. So you're going to see some changes to the inflation schedule. You can see the old one is like this sort of red line that goes up, and there's a lot of inflation there. But you're looking at a 10-year plan. Initially, there'll be a bit more inflation to fund the new funds, but over the 10 years, it's actually a lot less than it would have been. So we're really positioning STRT as like a long-term hodl. And those that are in it for the long term are going to see the benefits here. You can check out the annual emissions as well on this next generation post. And here's like a sort of breakdown of how the funds would look. So as part of the stake and rewards, you can see that the red one, the Growth Fund, is the biggest by far. And then you've got the Developer Fund. So the Developer Fund stays kind of constant throughout the years, always onboarding new devs. The Growth Fund kind of gets like smaller over the years as we build out the ecosystem. So really looking for teams to come in and attack some pretty cool use cases, credit scoring and random number generation for casinos, all that kind of stuff. Copywriting, legal documentation, real estate deeds, all that stuff that you can't do with a public contract, but you can do with a private contract. We're looking for teams to come in. And we just want to say to everybody that is building that maybe hasn't had the best experience with the market over the last year to just come to us, give us a shout, and we can help you to deploy the private smart contracts, to build a privacy preserving dApp, and also integrate with other chains as well in the Cosmos ecosystem. So that is the plan for Secret 2.0. And then I'm not sure if you saw our ecosystem roadmap, which dropped the other day.
No.
Okay, so yeah, I've got.
This is why I have you on, because I'm in so many projects, can't follow them all, but it's great to have you to show us this. And I'll have all the links in the description below.
Brilliant. Yeah, so we just dropped this after Secret Summit, which was our first ever virtual conference on Thursday last week. And it kind of details what's coming up next over the next couple of months on Secret. So you can see we're already right now, when we're recording, a week before Christmas. So we've got a few drops of test nets and main nets as well. There's a DEX going on chain, Blizzard. There is Axelar, who are integrated. We're changing our bridge to run through Axelar, which is the bridging specialist chain of Cosmos ecosystem. And then multi-chain profiles are coming to Stash, which will mean that your Ethereum NFT will be represented on Stash, and you'll be able to access like privacy-preserving features. A new mobile wallet, Leap. But then going into Q1 2023, we've got all of this stuff building and coming on chain. Okay, so Abacus, which is a health and science data dApp. Bushi, which is like a PvP video game. It's like, if you remember Quake, it's like Quake with ninjas, swords and stuff. Very fast paced, like perfect for esports. We've got Dibs domains, which is like a secret version of DNS. So you'll be able to have a domain name that doesn't reveal your wallet address to whoever goes to it. Yeah, lots and lots of stuff building. We're having private voting systems built by Secret Labs, walletless experience. So this is removing all the need for all these browser extensions and stuff. So you'll just be able to like log in with biometrics potentially, and you won't have to approve everything via pop-ups and stuff like that. We've got the private, decentralized, and collateralized stablecoin Silk launching. There's so much alpha in here, honestly, Rich. You've got to check this out, mate. Serenity Shield, which is a solution to succession. So when people pass away on timely deaths, your assets, your crypto assets, will be released automatically to your next of kin or your lawyer, whoever's handling it. So you don't have this issue where private keys need to be found and assets just get locked up, like Satoshi's Bitcoin, for example. Yeah, there's so much stuff going on Secret. We've just continued heads down, building constantly throughout this market, and I think it's evident by the amount of stuff on the roadmap that there's going to be a lot going on next year. So perfect time to jump in as a secret agent or as a developer. We've just launched Secret University, which is our free educational path for developers to learn. Whether you're a Rust dev or a CosmWasm dev, then you can learn how to make private smart contracts immediately and deploy. And you can actually tackle bounties as well. So the community comes up with new DApp ideas, and then the devs who are going through Secret University can tackle them and get rewards for doing it. Or if you're someone that's not familiar with Rust, you're like a JavaScript or let's say any other programming language specialist, but you want to learn, then we can take you right back to the beginning with Rust and teach you how to first program with Rust and then start to attack privacy preserving smart contracts.
Right, which would be a great entry point for getting into a career in crypto. Doesn't necessarily need to be Secret Network.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you get certificates as well, which represent your learning and development. So those are secret NFTs. So your personal data isn't revealed, but the certificate that's held by you does certify that you've passed the course.
Great. Okay. Now, do you want to stop sharing screen? Just something that occurred to me looking at that the Secret Network is now going through its second bear market.
Yeah, we've been around the block a few times.
Yeah, which says something to me about the sustainability of this project and also its commitment and vision and drive. This is not going to disappear. The time to disappear would have been during the bull market. That's when you want to disappear, right? But no, they're building and building and building this privacy-focused, decentralized finance ecosystem. Now, I want to ask you something that happened a few weeks ago, which is that got exposed because there was somebody who was able to, I don't know the technical details, but they were able to expose found a bug where all the transactions can be exposed, which then takes away all the privacy.
Yeah, so that's
that.
Yeah, so that somebody was a research team from a university in Tel Aviv. They are actually, so Tel Aviv is like a cybersecurity hub. Secret Labs is based there. Some of the leaders in cybersecurity, not just in blockchain, but worldwide, are based in Tel Aviv in Israel, right? It's like the San Francisco of cybersecurity. So the team from Tel Aviv University, amazing team. By the way, they spent 2 years to crack the SGX enclaves, which is what the trusted execution environments kind of use. It's Intel technology. And what they did is they spent 2 years to reveal this exploit, but it required a really old, kind of out-of-date node architecture, so hardware parts, to put together a vulnerable node. So it took them a few months to do that. They managed to do it, and then they immediately contacted Secret Labs to inform them the exploit was immediately patched, and before anybody else knew. So they're like a white hat team. If you know the difference, you have black hat hackers that steal funds and do criminal stuff, and then you have white hats that actually work on the other side, helping people to protect themselves and strengthen protocols and software and all sorts of stuff. So Secret Labs worked with this team and also Intel to completely stop the exploit before anybody else could take advantage of it. there's a lot of drama on Twitter and a lot of people that were really informed of the situation. We saw a lot of FUD and stuff spread about that, but realistically, whenever an exploit is found in a protocol and patched by a white hat team, it actually strengthens the protocol in the long run. So yeah, the exploit was patched immediately, but also the validators. So we have a very specific hardware specification for Secret Network. If you want to run a node, you have to have the latest version of the Intel SGX on Secret 1.0. You have to have the latest version. You have to have the server class, like the best of the technology. You have to keep it absolutely up to date. Otherwise, your node just gets kicked out of the network. So actually, as a result of this, because this team were able to collect all of the non-server class hardware and put together a node and get it onto one of the networks, that actually the whole of the validator set has had to update all of the hardware to get it up to compliance. The last update that we did basically kicked out any validator that's not up to the top spec. So it's strengthened the network. We're working with that cybersecurity team from Tel Aviv University now directly. We've also got much better communication with Intel, who initially didn't really reveal the exploit well enough to people that were using their hardware systems. And now we're looking at what's called thresholding the key, the master key. So the master key was what gave access. So that's going to be chopped up and split among all the validators, so completely decentralized.
Okay. All right. So that exploit has been fixed.
Yeah.
I get what you said about it's made it the network stronger through all the patches and the upgrades with the validators and stuff, right? And there's one thing that I want to say to people is that what you shouldn't do with this or any other project is sell your house, sell your partner, your children, and put it all in any particular project. You've got to diversify. I mean, don't even do that with gold. I don't think gold's ever going to go to zero, right? But you want to diversify, right? Because there's always risks, and it's always like, no matter how legitimate and viable the project is, there's always things like with software bugs and things like that. You just got to be careful.
And at the moment, especially with blockchain technology, you've got to remember we're all super early. Yeah. We're all super early. So this stuff is being, I mean, like what happened on Solana the other day, I think Radium got exploited. Like there's exploits and hacks all the time. Yes, on Secret Network, we have a lot of privacy around mempools and stuff like that. So it's harder to exploit. But this team had to spend 2 years and months to collect all the hardware and also the software level to decrypt. They couldn't spend as well. They could only view. So that was how long it took them to get to that level. But you've got to remember that there is a risk to everything. Yes, I think I always say to people, like, set up a pie chart first before you invest in anything, and just say, like, how much would I like in Bitcoin? How much would I like in altcoins? How much would I like in gold and stocks or whatever you do in real estate? And just stick to that. Like, it can get very emotional at times when the market goes up and down round and round. And you have to really try to kind of like cut that off and just kind of like roll with your pie chart. That's my advice.
That's right. But you know, when you say about the market going up and down, right? Because my wife and I, we've been investing in Bitcoin for a while. They say, "Oh, it dropped 7% today. Oh, it's no big deal." And then my friends and my cousins, "Oh my god, right? No, it's normal."
Yeah.
Oh, this altcoin dropped at 80%. No big deal. Buy some more.
there's that meme of Mr. Bean riding a roller coaster, isn't it? And it's just like it's going up and down, and he's just like no expression.
That's right. Okay. Anything else you want to let us know about Secret?
I think that's everything that we've got for you. I think, Rich. Honestly, if we get this London event together, I want to get you on stage and speaking about privacy. We're going to cover a variety of different topics. So if anyone's in Europe and heading to the European Blockchain Convention or the Paris Blockchain Week, do keep an eye on the side events list, because that's where we'll be posting the Privacy Forum events. And just looking forward to kind of uniting everybody in the space. And make sure you join the Secret Agents as well. That's scrt.network/agents. You can come and join us and help fight for privacy in the space.
Absolutely. And I look forward to having you back on again. I'll have all the links in the description below. Anybody have comments or questions, put them in the description below. And between now and when I see you next, please keep filling your pockets with secret profits. This is Secret Rich and Secret Skrillah signing out. All the best.
Love it. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.